I tell you the truth about it. We didn't like school days. Never did.
Yeah.
And I could say I speak for the whole class. But, you know, they were rough times. I'm talking about 72 years ago. 72 years ago, when I started school. 2 teachers.
Who were the teachers then?
A husband and wife. Yeah. Mr. Delaney and Mrs. Delaney.
That's where was the old school?
Where was the old school? Was it up above in the village?
That's right, yeah.
Up loud.
There was a ball alley up against it, really, you know. A little shop in between, Hogan shop. And, you know, two classrooms. And the whole school wouldn't be bigger than this room, with a partition in the middle. And the misters on one side, the masters the other. 3rd and 4th class, well, all up to 4th class on one side, and 5th and 6th on the other.
What would you play at lunchtime?
Well, we had a ball alley. There were only so many could. There was over 80 pupils going to the school, you know, so you didn't have much room in the ball alley, which would get your tongue like. Then we had no playground as such. Just an open space in front of the school, out on the roadside. So there's a hell of a lot you could do.
There were no cars, of course, that time. There was no traffic much, so it wasn't.
Yeah, when we go to school in the mornings, we only one car would pass us, and that was a teacher from Tipperary. He worked in Cashel. That's the only car we'd seen that day.
Did you have like a football and hurling school team?
No, we didn't. No, we had no playground. So that cut that out, didn't it? Anyway, at that time, you couldn't get a hurling. No, you couldn't get a sliotar. No, you couldn't get a football after the war. You couldn't get any of those things.
What would you bring to lunch?
Oh, I'll tell you what we bring to lunch. But when it come lunchtime, we went and have it. So most often, and they might have no breakfast. So it would disappear out of the bag.
Why?
What we'd had, maybe 2 slices of bread. Butter was scarce, if there was butter there. Jam wasn't held of. There was
Milk.
well, we'd have a bottle of milk, yeah. A lemonade bottle of milk.
And that would be fresh from the cow?
Or often drew it into the bottle.
Oh. Yeah.
And what we, then the cork, we had to put corks as such. You'd make a cork with newspaper. And come lunchtime, the paper had melted into the milk.
Yeah, it absorbed.
We had the news of the roll down our bellies and all that.
But you still like it?
So the bread then wasn't great because after the war there was no such thing as white flour.
Oh, I see.
It was desperate stuff. It wasn't really black, but it was in between.
Oh, it's yeah.
And then when my mother made a cake, like all the mothers, she'd have to light a fire in the morning. And you know, that took a while. And to get steam up, to put they'd hang say with the oven pot on a crane over the fire, which would swing in and out with crooks in it, you know, and hang it in over the fire. And then when they get some red sticks or whatever you had, you put them up on the lid as well. And you'd heat under and over. But, it's like any woman will tell you about a cake, if the heat drops, the cake drops. And it wouldn't come out too good.
It would be veins.
And sometimes then, if we're having butter, my mother would fry the bread with lard or dripping or whatever.
Not very healthy.
And that's lovely when it's hot. But come
Sorry,
lunchtime,
I think.
when it's cold,
Yeah.
is not very nice. So there were, we were badly off enough, but there were worse off. And there were some of the children come to school without a breakfast. And well, you'd have to share your bit of lunch, or it might be missing.
And were teachers kind to those children?
Yeah.
No,
No.
I must say not in our school anyway.
What's
We
that?
were beaten all over.
Now, could you go out the door? No, out the front.
No.
Did you have a uniform?
Did I?
Have a uniform?
A uniform?
Yeah.
We did. We had the same uniform from the time we started school till we finished.
No.
The most we had was pants, short pants, maybe a jumper. That have to last you the whole week. But it was on no matter what colour they were, so long as you had them. And we were lucky to have them. And as for the boots, boots that time weren't so good after the war. There wasn't much leather in them. They were more cardboard than leather.
Yeah.
So when they get wet,
We followed it.
it's like when you die, the soul would leave the body. And your big toes were sticking out. So all we could do then, we couldn't mend them. When we polishing the boot, we'd polish the toes now. They look grand.
But we had to go barefooted most of the summer. We were-
Yeah, in the summertime, like, most people didn't have to go barefoot, but the novelty of it.
Was it a novelty when you
And
get
some did
boys?
have to go barefoot.
Huh?
But we all went, like, you know,
Yeah.
for the novelty of it, you know. But the roads weren't so good in those days.
What books would you use in school?
You imagine.
Did you have books?
Books? Oh, we did, yeah. I mean, the books would be cut out for you in the start of the year, like, certain books. You wouldn't have too many. And as for a jot or that, we didn't have the price of them. And the pen, you could, they wouldn't let you write, they wouldn't dare anyway, with a biro. They wouldn't let you write with a biro. You had to write with only pen and nib. And
Yeah.
your nib wouldn't last no time. But you wouldn't have the money to buy one.
Ink. It was ink. there
And the
was
master wouldn't give
inkwells.
you the nib without the money.
Inkwells on all the tables, and you had to do.
And a big blob of ink come down on top of your page.
Yeah.
And you was not
trouble.
prepared.
Yeah.
And then when the teacher would come down and see this, you would slap him the pole, and stick your head to the to the desk.
Yeah.
Would you get a lot of homework? Did you
Sorry?
get homework back then? Would you have got homework?
Homework. Did you get homework?
Mostly 20 lines.
You know,
Oh, I know.
When you wouldn't have your homework done, you get 20 lines.
that was it.
Yeah, you would get a bit of homework, yeah, but going home then, like, you no electricity, no running water. You'd say from October onwards to dark at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
What you had in, after eating your heap of spuds, butter and milk, you try to do your lessons with a candle. And I'm saying there were 12 of us in the family.
Yeah.
So you can imagine all around the table, you know.
Gee, that was a big family.
Sorry?
That was a big family.
It was, yeah. But we slept 3 to the bed.
Yeah.
And the beds weren't all dearest, I tell you.
They were
They were all cheapest, I think. When you wake up in the morning that time, there'd be someone on the foot of the bed, you know.
Looking back.
And you wake up with a big toe in your mouth.
Were they good old days, those days, looking back at them?
They were great days.
No.
But we didn't realise it. They were great days, because nobody had money. Everybody on the same boat,
Yeah.
you know.
And
But
the hard-
nowadays, like, some people have all the money.
The hard
Teachers
work.
and that, you know. And
No teachers, no money.
you see, and the others trying to keep up with them. You know, that's the problem.